Well, indeed I do. I have a wonderful collection of Andy Warhol pieces. I have a Damien Hirst. I have all sorts of British modern art. I have some traditional art, some historical art. In fact, my home in Australia is littered with nudes. I do love naked women. So
Yeah,
that's a big part of my hobby, staring at naked women on canvas or in a photograph. So I think that yes, I am, and sculptures, yes, I am a huge fan of art, albeit I really couldn't paint my way out of a wet paper bag, unfortunately. I can do it behind a camera, but I can't do it on a canvas. But it's one thing one day that I would love to have a crack at.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I draw a little bit, and I did this one piece of work that I tried to submit to the Tate, and it got knocked back. It was kind of a drawing. It was just in felt tip of like a swan and like a zigzag coming between that and a mobile phone, and underneath it just written the word irony. And then the title of the picture was "Swan tries to make phone call, yet nobody listens." What do you think of that?
I think you should stick to your great interviewing technique. I'd just leave the art alone.
Okay, that's the thing with art, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Okay, now, I've been asked to do so many different reality shows, Darren. I got asked to do this one called Insane or Sane, where you kind of put in a room with a load of other celebrities, you get given a gun and get forced to listen to Katie Melua, and basically to see the first person who cracks and is actually, you know, going to pop someone. And it didn't end up getting made, just in case somebody did get shot. And it's a shame, really, because me and Dane Bowers were really looking forward to doing that. Now,
with Katie Price between you?
well, you know, I'm not too sure who the other kind of, obviously she's not right, it's not really my cup of tea, Katie Price, and I think we would have clashed because obviously I'm a huge personality.
But Alex Reid, the cross-dresser, would be very up your street. It
Oh.
could be up several parts of you, actually.
Oh my god, that is like the cheekiest thing that anybody's ever said to me, so I'm going to leave that alone very much. I love girls. Everybody always thinks I'm gay and I'm not. But I've seen that you were a dragon on the Australian Dragon's Den.
Mm.
That must have just been, because that's one of my favourite shows. It's seeing people go from almost rags to riches in an incredibly short amount of time. How was that? How was your experience on that?
Well, I really enjoyed it, actually. It was one of those things that was a great experience. I really enjoyed the show. And I think it was that aspirational quality of the show where you can really help people. I mean, the hilarity of the show was there were so many shit ideas that was probably the biggest fun for me, more so than the really successful ideas. And I am still left in one company that I'm involved in and part own, which is a cardboard coffin company.
Oh my god, are you being serious?
Yeah, it was wonderful. I was very into the Green Party then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Albeit the only coffin's probably going to be made out of cardboard today is down at number 10 Downing Street to Gordon Brown. But I'm actually thinking of doing a deal with him branding them.
Absolutely, he just had kind of on his face just saying, you know,
you can die too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, look what he was. One minute we're all living, next minute we're dead.
Yeah, the only problem is do you think Gordon Brown fitting into cardboard? I can imagine the pallbearers will pick him up and it'd be like a packet of Walker's crisps.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like some of the size of Primark.
And that could cause an earthquake, which could cause another eruption in Iceland, and we could have a serious amount of problems.
Absolutely, tremors all across the world. I was described in a brand new magazine as being cherry boom boom in a world that smells of cat sick. Now, I think that's basically saying that I'm amazing. What is the best or worst thing that you've read about yourself where you've just thought, now I'm in this industry and I understand how things work, and you're obviously not everything you have to read. What have you read something or seen something about yourself, or that somebody's written, you've just thought, do you know what, that's absolutely bang out of order?
I have actually. Yeah, I have. I've had a few interesting. I remember there was a web site called The Custard Something or Other that really slagged me off. And recently, the other day on Twitter, someone told me to go back to Australia when I commented on the election and said Britain must be absolutely stupid if they don't vote Conservative. Well, I found out today that most of Britain are absolutely stupid because they still tried to get a bankrupt Prime Minister and a party that's crucified the country over the last 13 years back in power, which has surprised me. So, yeah, I quite often get interesting, very rare though. There seems to be a big celebration about paparazzi and how cold cool it is, and you know, the inviting way that the paparazzi intrude on the real people's lives.
Absolutely.
Albeit, you know, Sienna Miller on the back of a boat with her tits out the out front, and all of a sudden, oh, you can't photograph me.
Yeah.
Really interesting stuff. Yeah.
It's. Do you know, with regards to
Sienna Miller doesn't like me.
Sienna Miller doesn't.
No.
Well, I'm not being funny, but I don't think she can stand anywhere and say I don't like them, I don't like them. I've only ever seen her on the front of magazines. What kind of films has she done? She's more famous.
G.I. Joe, didn't she?
Did she do G.I. Joe? What does that stand for? Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure. I thought it was a porn film at the time,
It wouldn't surprise me.
But it wasn't apparently. It was filmed in Prague though.
That girl that really upsets me when someone like that, who kind of flaunts himself on the front of the paper, and they're more famous for who they shag, by the way, than the films that they do. I hate people without talent, Darren. That's something that really bloody gets to me.
Yes.
And with regards to the state of celebrity and everything that it entails, obviously you're slap bang in the centre of this industry. Do you see this as a constantly evolving medium?
Well, I see it as symbiosis really, and I see it as a very voyeuristic culture of today's human race, certainly particularly not only in Britain but globally around the world. I think recently children, and that's certainly the fame and success of Simon Cowell's off the back of it, because so many children today, you know, I think there's a recent survey in Great Britain to children under the age of 15 asked what they want to be when they grow up, and I think 70% of the answers were either rich or famous. So we live in the cult of celebrity, and I think the millennium, since the millennium particularly, will be remembered as the almost celebrityism years, if celebrityism is a word. If not, I've just made it up. And
There we go, get that one in Wikipedia.
It will be, absolutely. And also the Oxford Concise.
Absolutely. Yeah, why stop?
So I think that, look, as sex, drugs and rock and roll was the 60s, you know, the kitsch 80s, there's no doubt that celebrity today is the most focused on part of young audiences and young consumers. Celebrity is all about what we wear, where we go on holiday, what we eat, what car we want. Celebrities are the biggest brand power in the world today. And I call celebrities, from politicians to royals to... Actually, I don't call Sienna Miller a celebrity.
We'll
leave that for Kate Moss. Yeah, who has bad BO, but you know
yeah,
what? She sells.
Stink.
Yeah, but she sells a lot of brands though.
What is that?
And she's a mad shagger, I hear.
Oh yeah, absolutely loves her.
Giddy up.
Yeah, absolutely giddy up. That's his catchphrase. Now, with regards to, I know you've got such a ridiculously crazy schedule, but so I won't keep you for too long. As have I as well. I'm really busy with all sorts. What is...
All sorts of what?
Oh, producing, like my artwork. Basically, I inspire people wherever I am. So basically, I find myself as the ultimate in expressionism. I find myself...
Marcel Marceau.
Absolutely, and Mr Majika. You know, he was... Remember the guy who did the Keep Fit on GMTV? Like a double... It's not the same thing. I don't know who Marcel Marceau is. Who is that? Who is that, by the way? Is that like... Is he in Hollyoaks?
He was the world's greatest impressionist.
Oh, really?
I think he's dead.
Right, okay.
But we sold him a coffin.
Absolutely, cardboard.
I mean, it's, you know...
Fantastic.
Can't knock the brand.
If you could have one, Darren, and one picture that you would love to have ever snapped, or could still snap, what would it be? And why?
Prince Harry shagging Sienna Miller in a Nazi outfit would be my dream picture. Actually, I wouldn't sell that well because Sienna Miller's in it, but you know, maybe Amy Winehouse or Britney Spears or Cheryl Cole.
Right. Okay. So Prince Harry, Cheryl Cole. Hi.
George from Getty's on the phone. Says he wants to speak to you.
George who?
From Getty Images.
We should cover that.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up. Anyway, so that's Darren, and to fly off for another phone call, we're signing off. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.